Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
In a real-time post, Kody reveals an odd benefit from his mysterious work history. Kody Brown's work history has always been somewhat of a mystery for Sister Wives fans, despite several mentions of his billboard sales through the years. He never specified a timetable for earning a salary prior to being cast in the TLC series. In posts on social media, we saw that Kody sold guns at shows. However, everything he did to make money seemed to be so scattered. In the past, some Sister Wives fans said that he didn't work hard enough to support 4 wives and 18 kids. Kody, on the other hand, made the decision to discuss specifics of his surprisingly lengthy career in a recent online post. In addition, he brags about a memorable benefit of that job that still thrills him to this day. Kody Brown, was he once that 9-to-5 guy? Kody Brown is currently described as ecstatic by Sister Wives fans, and they attribute this to his new role on Special Forces on television. Therefore, it's possible that this is why Kody decided to share a little bit more information about his prior professional life prior to Sister Wives. Fans learned a great deal more about his advertising career in a recent post. He mentioned his sales job several times on Sister Wives. Additionally, Kody made a big deal out of his time selling billboards. However, the primary reason for this is something that transpired between him and Robin beneath one of his billboards. Under one of the billboards he passed, Kody said that he and Robin had decided they were meant to be together. That particular billboard was Isolated and his toughest sale, which he also mentioned on the Sister Wives show. Career overview. In the early 2000s, Kody said he was working for a conglomerate that sold signs. He started collecting neon signs after selling signs all over Utah and Wyoming. After selling signs for about 5 years, he switched to selling billboards, which he claims is his favorite part of the advertising industry. So, Kody sold signs and billboards for about 11 years, right up until Sister Wives came to the screen. Kody is still excited about the biggest perk of his career in advertising. Kody Brown finally opened up about his 11-year career in advertising that started with him selling signs for businesses and eventually led him to selling billboard space. He said he loved his job and did well in sales. While the Sister Wives fans knew he was a salesperson for billboards and signs, they had no idea if he did it for a month or a year. He never provided a work history timeline. But in a recent post he bragged about his decade-long sales gig. He also dismissed one of his previous customers at the same time. He remembers selling a restaurant owner a stunning neon sign. In addition, as the restaurant began to prosper, the proprietor opened additional locations for his establishment. Kody laughed and said that the guy was a little ahead of his time with the expected number of customers, which is why the restaurant failed. But Kody loved the sign he sold to the restaurant owner and couldn't get it out of his head. Kody is still thrilled about this benefit. Kody refers to season 19, when he took Robin and the kids sightseeing in Wyoming while there for Garrison's funeral, in this real-time post. We watched as Kody took them to 2 different locations to demonstrate his signs on that episode. Kody rambled on about his signs while Robin and her children appeared disinterested. However, the patriarch of Sister Wives is so proud of those signs that when the restaurant's owner went out of business, Kody asked his boss if he could have the restaurant's large neon sign. It appears that Kody's employer returned the sign because it was a lease. Kody's boss said that the transformers, which they planned to recycle into other signs, would only cost him money. In this real-time post, Kody coos and purrs over this sign, which he took home to their now famous Sister Wives house in Lehi. It was proudly displayed in the backyard. But when they moved to Vegas, they didn't have room for this huge piece of advertising, so he either sold it or gave it away, he wasn't sure. So there you have it, according to the 18-year-old father of Sister Wives, he worked in the advertising business of billboards and signs for almost 11 years. The sign he got because of a guy's bad luck expanding his restaurant seems to have been the highlight of his time there. Mary Brown, one of Mary's Sister Wives, lauds her life's warriors. Mary Brown of Sister Wives gives her support system praise. Friends are an important source of support for Mary Brown. In 2021, she split from Kody Brown, her ex-husband, and started a new life in Utah. She operates a bed and breakfast in Parowan. Mary's passion project is Lizzie's heritage and she has found people with whom to share her journey. Mary Brown has previously been vocal about supporting her friends. However, she recently posted a message of support for her friends on Facebook. Mary wrote, "When the storm rolls in, you find out real quick who your warriors are." She continued, "These are my people. My riders must ride or die. We share both laughter and sorrow. We have each other's backs and will stand shoulder to shoulder when the world tries to knock us down." Brown included pictures of herself and her friends in her sincere message. Mary Brown's departure from Sister Wives is supported by fans. Mary Brown's fans were extremely supportive of her decision to rely on her friends when things got tough. On Sister Wives, several of Brown's friends helped her start a new life away from Kody Brown and the other Sister Wives. It pleased the reality star's fans to see how well supported she was. They took to the comments to share messages of support. They stated, "Congratulations to you and your team. Take control of the world, it's safe in your hands. You've endured so much. And triumphed over that every time. You can continue to tackle anything life throws at you when you have people like these as friends. Keep your resolve. It's awesome to have friends like that despite everything you've been through. I'm glad you found your tribe," she said. "I wish you happiness in life. Having close friends is a great way to find peace." Mary Brown has been working hard to start over. She has endured heartbreak, frustration, rumors, and allegations. To get through the chaos, she frequently relies on those closets. Brown has won the affection of Sister Wives viewers thanks to the sincere message she sent to her backers. Fans are looking forward to seeing what is next for the reality star. What do you think of the sincere message that Mary Brown sent to her friends? Comment below with your thoughts. The case of Christine Brown versus Kody Brown was not merely a dispute over unpaid debts, it was a profound moral reckoning, a public evisceration of a patriarch's priorities, culminating in a judicial verdict that laid bare the truth. The $90,000 nanny, Ysabel's denied spinal surgery, and the ensuing $1.9 million fallout were not isolated incidents but interconnected symptoms of a familial ecosystem poisoned by favoritism and financial malfeasance, a reality far more stark than any television plotline. The genesis of the entire legal confrontation lies in a seemingly mundane document, a promissory note for a down payment on a plot of land on Coyote Pass, the ill-fated parcel intended to be the family's plural patriarch homestead. In 2018, Christine Brown, using $100,000 from the sale of her home in Las Vegas, loaned the family LLC, Kody Brown Family Entertainment, LLC, $130,000, with $30,000 being her own separate property and $100,000 designated as marital property to be repaid to herself and Kody. This was not a gift, it was an investment in the collective future, a tangible act of faith in the family unit. When Christine made the heart-wrenching but necessary decision to leave Kody in late 2021, she rightfully requested the return of her investment. What she received was not a check but a masterclass in obfuscation and betrayal. Kody, along with his loyal and only remaining legal wife, Robin Brown, refused repayment, arguing the money was a contribution, not a loan. This stance immediately weaponized the debt, transforming it from a financial obligation into the central evidence of a broken covenant. It was the first domino, and its fall would trigger a chain reaction that would expose every rotten beam in the Brown family structure. The refusal to repay Christine cannot be understood in a vacuum, it must be viewed through the prism of the family's starkly divergent financial realities at the time. While Kody and Robin pleaded poverty to Christine, their lifestyle screamed otherwise. They lived in a sprawling, multi-million-dollar mansion in Flagstaff, a home conspicuously larger and more luxurious than those of any of the other wives. The most galling symbol of this disparity, and a detail that would become a cornerstone of the public's and ultimately the judge's outrage, was the presence of a full-time, salaried nanny. This employee, whose annual compensation was revealed to be approximately $90,000, was hired to assist Robin in caring for her 2 young adult children and 1 minor child at home. For a man claiming he could not afford to repay a loan to the mother of his 6 children, the optics were catastrophic. The nanny was a living, breathing testament to skewed priorities. Here was Kody, financially supporting a non-family employee to aid a wife with primarily adult children in a palatial home, while simultaneously arguing he had no obligation to return money to the wife who was raising his younger children alone and who was being denied resources for their critical medical needs. The $90,000 nanny was not just an expense, it was a flag planted on a hill of profound inequity, declaring exactly who mattered in Kody Brown's world and who did not. This financial favoritism reached its most heartbreaking and morally indefensible apex with the case of Ysabel Brown, Christine's daughter, who suffered from severe idiopathic scoliosis. For years, Ysabel endured excruciating pain, her spine curving to a debilitating degree while the family debated the cost and logistics of the essential spinal fusion surgery she desperately needed. In a moment that would forever define Kody's paternal failure,